Hello everyone and welcome to YouTube Tuesday, session 109 with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Hello, welcome. Hope you're having a great start to your week. It is a beautiful day here in New York, beautiful summer sunny day. And with that in mind, I was inspired to use the new Better Days stamp set. This is new in the annual catalog here. It's on page 84. It's a really beautiful set. And I love it because you have this whole like sunrise over the mountains. It's actually really simple. There's not a lot of different elements in here. It's a really nice, easy to use stamp set. Hi Carolyn, hi Margaret, hi Philomena, hello. Yeah, so we're gonna use the Better Days stamp set. I love that sun looking over the mountains. It almost looks like stained glass in the window here. Thank you for sharing, Philomena. I love it. If you're just joining, make sure you say hi. Give me a thumbs up. Send me some love. Hi, Lori. And we are going to combine that. Hi, Kathy. Combine this Better Days stamp set with the Butterfly Kisses Designer Series paper. I have just been loving this paper pack. It's a 6x6 stack, 48 sheets. If you scroll through my previous videos over the last couple of months, you'll see I've used this a lot. In fact, I'll do a little rundown of some of my most recommended stamp sets to use with this. And the Better Days is definitely one of them. Aw, thank you. Lots of love your way too. I appreciate it. But yeah, so it's a beautiful day here. And I think the stamp set, like I said, reminds me of sun over the mountainside, over the valley. And so we're going to pull in our new in colors. We're going to go bright here, okay? We're going to pull in our Parakeet Party and our Starry Sky. We've got a little bit, I'm going to pull in some Calypso Coral here and some Fresh Friehds. So basically, I'm pulling in all of the colors from the Butterfly Kisses paper pack. I love that here on the back of the paper stack, it gives you the colors that are coordinating with this paper. It takes the guesswork out of that. I'm also going to pull in some of these fun flower resin shapes. This is what I have left of my package. I love these. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera. We're going to get started. I want to tell you a little bit too about some things going on here for August. So I have my new August host code, 3BNZHS7P. All right, so go ahead and use that for your online orders here during the month of August to associate them with me so I can send you my fabulous tutorials, all of that good stuff. Of course, we still have celebration going on. Here in the US, we have a couple of items that are now no longer available. For example, the note cards and envelopes, those have now sold out. And then just recently over the weekend, the tree lot dies have also sold out. All right, really sorry about that. If you ran into an issue placing your order over the weekend, there was a little glitch in the online store, but the Wonderful World stamp set and designer paper bundle, that is now back in stock. Stampin' Up! Received an extra shipment of that paper, so we're good to go there. And they also got an additional shipment of the Rings of Love paper. Love that. And then just today, Stampin' Up! Surprised us by adding some additional choices to the celebration list. So we have 3 different embossing folders, the Timber 3D, the Gingham, the Seashells. They've added a couple of die sets, including Flowers of Home, Dots and Spots, the Daffodils, and the Aspen Tree. If you're looking for my recommendation, I totally recommend the Aspen Tree dies. Those are new in the mini catalog, and they coordinate with this cute little bird stamp set. I'm trying to find the page here for you so I can share that with you. I spilled some tea on my catalog earlier today, and so things are a little sticky. Okay, so page 46, I was close. Page 46 is where you will find the Aspen Tree dies, and there is a coordinating stamp set. It's called Perched in a Tree. But I love this. So the dies themselves are $36. So if you chose that as your free option, of course, you could get the coordinating stamp set for just $23. So that's probably what my biggest highlight here from the additional items. There's some foil paper, the silver foil assortment, the brushed metallic assortment, and then we have the craft gift boxes in there as well. But if you're looking as far as value, the aspen tree dies are $36. The dots and spots here, that is just an individual flat die, kind of like the Forever Greenery. It's on page 170. That's a $32 die plate. What it does is it essentially cuts polka dots in your paper. Kind of makes it a little bit like Swiss cheese, but a little more uniform there. Of course, the daffodil dies, those are a $38 value. And the Heart and Home ones, that one, I believe they kept that as a bundle here. Okay, so the Flowers of Home dies are $32. A couple of the foil paper packs have a $15 value. The embossing folders have a $10 value. So it's nice to have some additional options there. Okay, so I just wanted to run that down. That was just announced today. Okay, yeah, so some great stuff there. So like I said, we are going to be using the Better Days Ahead. Hi, Karen. Hello, hello. And so, Better Days, the Butterfly Kisses paper. Pull in some of your in colors. I've got the Starry Sky, and I've got my Parakeet Party. We've got Calypso Coral we're playing with. A little bit of crushed curry for our sunshine here. All right. So those are the supplies you'll need for today's project. So the first one, we are going to start out really nice and bright. We are going to do Sunrise Over the Valley, I'm going to call it. So we have our Parakeet Party. We have a layer of Starry Sky. Okay, so for our Butterfly Kisses, I'm pulling in this really pretty Starry Sky leafy pattern. And then we've got some basic white for our stamped image here and a little tag for our sentiment. Okay, so what we're gonna do, go ahead and fold this. This is going to be a landscape card. So we're gonna have it go horizontally. Okay, so this is 5.5 by 8.5, and now it's folded to 4 1/4 by 5.5. Carolyn says the weather is just right there in Buffalo. Yes, it is beautiful. It's a little humid. I think there's some pop-up showers in the area. It's just a little bit sticky out today, but can't complain because the sky is blue and it's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to layer this piece of Starry Sky cardstock onto our card base. As you can see, the border is a little bit wider than usual. I went with a 1/2 inch border. All right, so this is 3 3/4 by 5, and we're going to glue this directly onto our card base. Neither of these cards today are using any ribbon. We are letting the Designer Series paper be our accent here. A few of those fun flower resin shapes, but really the stamp set here is the showcase. Yes, this is a striking color combination, isn't it? I think you'll really love it. Wow, Karen, out in Montana, it's 101. Whew. Hi, Janelle. Yeah, it's actually supposed to be in the mid-90s here tomorrow, I think. So, whew, Karen, keep that hot weather and let us enjoy it. Enjoy the cooler temperatures here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to do these little accent pieces of the Butterfly Kisses paper. So this particular pattern is this nice Starry Sky leaf. The back side is a Parakeet Party stripe. I feel like the description in the catalog, with it being Butterfly Kisses, is that everybody thinks there's these crazy butterflies on all the patterns. There's a few of them, but honestly, I love that the back side of each of the patterns, even if you've got some crazy butterfly prints, you then have some nice geometric florals and things like that on the other side. So I have found that all of the papers are usable, even if the butterflies, crazy butterflies, aren't necessarily to my taste. The rest of the patterns I really, really love. Hi, Carol. Well, we are just getting started here. We're using the Better Days and the Butterfly Kisses paper pack with our new in colors. So I've cut 2 stripes. We're going to do these little leaves, and obviously I probably should have cut them so that the leaves were pointing up, but I already prepped them. So in this case, the leaves are growing east and west here, to the left and the right. All right, so these strips are 1 inch by 3.5. Let me just double check that. So 1 inch by 3.5. Okay, so you need 2 of these, and we're just going to glue these towards the outside edge. Give yourself an even border there. All right, and so it's easier to glue left and right, and then you can always finagle your piece in the middle if you need to. So in this case, you know, if I need to overlap it or something, I can, but definitely easier to glue and then leave your middle piece for last. In this case, our middle piece, our basic white, is where we are going to stamp our stained glass window here, we'll call it. All right, this piece is 2 3/4, so 2 3/4 by 3.5. This is the perfect size for our window. I've got it here on my E-block, and we are going to stamp this in Starry Sky. So I love that this gives us our full detail all in this one stamp. It's beautiful as it is. I'm just going to stamp it right here in the center. I think what I love about this is the stamp set is not overly complicated. It's just nice, straightforward, simple stamping. It really is. All right, and so now it's kind of like a color by number. So these little pieces, so we've got our sun, and then we have the left, the right, and the bottom. All right, so we're going to stamp this, stamp by number, I guess you could say. So we'll take our sunshine, and we're going to stamp this in crushed curry. So yeah, so there's no dies for this stamp. Okay, it's just straightforward. You stamp it here on some basic white and then fill it in. So we've got our sunshine, and then we have the piece that comes in from the left. Now I'm gonna free stamp this. All right, but if that makes you nervous, then go ahead and line this up on your Stamparatus, and then you will get perfect placement. All right, so I'm going to do some fresh freesia. What did I do? I had my fresh freesia here. I think I skipped my fresh freesia. All right, we're gonna come back to that one because I think I need to run out to the other room and grab my fresh freesia ink pad. All right, so I'm going to fill in the middle section first. We're going to use some Orchid Oasis for this piece. All right, it looks like I need to clean that stamp because I used some Calypso Coral on it previously, and I want to make sure I'm not going to get Calypso Coral on my Orchid Oasis ink pad. So I'll just make sure I clean that real quick. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to free stamp it. It's nice because it's photopolymer, so you can see directly through the stamp where you want it to go. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. I made sure I cleaned that to be ready for my Calypso Coral for the next card here. All right, now we've got the bottom stamp, and you can go ahead and kind of line it up, see how it's going to fit right there. We're going to do Parakeet Party. So like I said, this is kind of the sunrise over the valley. So I went with, even though these colors are bright, we have these kind of greens and purples going on. That's the Parakeet Party. Don't you love that? Super gorgeous. All right, let me grab my fresh freesia real quick. Okay, ran into a little issue because I had to vacate my craft room here last week so that David could use my use it as a designated office space for him. He had some Zoom things that he needed to be on and be able to close the door and have some peace and quiet. Get away from Ziggy, make sure she's not jumping on the table to walk across his computer. And so my craft room is actually still pretty clean back here, but I haven't fully moved everything back in yet. So my Fresh Friehds ink pad was out on the table in my other holder, but isn't that gorgeous? What do you guys think? Sunrise over the mountains. All right, so we're gonna pop this onto here. I think I want to pop this up on dimensionals. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and place this in the middle. So I love it that it really didn't, aside from me running to fetch my ink pad, this card is pretty straightforward. Look at our card base, our contrasting layer, a little bit of designer series paper here. Let our stamping be the feature. Okay, right there in the center. Gorgeous, huh? I love it. Now we do have a couple of sentiments, or you could pull in something from another set if you wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this. So I'm gonna use the Our Friendship is a Whole Vibe. Whatever that means. Aw. I think it's just, I love this kind of, reminds me of the Adirondacks. We're only 4 hours, if you're familiar with upstate New York. New York is actually a really large state, and we're about a 4-hour drive from where we live up into the Adirondacks, and it's beautiful up there, and this reminds me of a summer trip to the Adirondacks, although it's beautiful in the summer, but I think my favorite is in the fall when the leaves turn colors. So I'm going to use my my 6-in-1 banner punch here. Okay, this is the Banners Pick-a-Punch from the annual catalog. So I've got a scrap of basic white. It's 3/4 inches, and what did I do? I think it is about 3.25 inches long. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in my punch. Now with these Pick-a-Punches, it's a little bit easier to flip it over here and then make sure as you're inserting that you're even, okay? And that's an easy way just to flag the end. If you're good with your paper snips, I know plenty of people who could just use their snips to flag the end, but whenever I do that, nothing comes out even. So I'd much rather use a punch for it, and then it's all good. So we're gonna stamp our sentiment here. All right, right in the center. Beautiful. All right, and then a couple more dimensionals, and then we're gonna pull in some of these fun flower shapes here as a little bit of an accent, because of course with our beautiful sunrise over the mountains, we want to highlight those beautiful summer flowers too. Okay, so we'll just kind of put this, I don't want to hide too much, but we're just gonna layer this towards the right, and then we'll pull in some of our fun flowers. You could do large or small, whichever you want to do. Place that right there, and voila, super simple, really pretty. Love it. All right, yes, so Diana was saying that it looks like stained glass. Exactly, I think so too. So there's no die set for this. However, it would be very simple to cut around this. All right, so there's not really any dies needed because you've just got your window there. In fact, I'm not sure, but I wonder, we do have a new window bundle in the mini catalog. There is one called Window Wishes on page 36. and it comes with a couple of window dies. I don't have this one yet, but I'm wondering, the shape looks quite similar. I bet these dies would work with this. That would be something to check out. All right, so you could either trim it with your snips or try those new window dies and see how that works. But I love it. Very simple but striking. Absolutely. Oh, Janelle says her parents had a log cabin out on Indian Lake in the mountains when she was young. Oh, I bet you loved it. A lot of great memories. Oh, it's beautiful up there in the mountains with all the lakes and trees and the birds and all that fun stuff. Hi, Terry. How are you? Hello, hello. So we just got done with our first card using the Better Days stamp set and our Butterfly Kisses Designer Series paper. We're using a lot of our new in colors here. So we went with Parakeet Party and Starry Sky. All right, so for the second one, again, we're pulling in colors from that Butterfly Kisses paper pack. It's the 12 by 12 paper stack. And for the most part, a lot of the designs are floral and have various prints on them. There are some crazy butterfly prints, but the back sides are nice and neutral. So I thought I've really gotten great use out of this paper pack. All right, so this time we're going to go with some Calypso Coral. Oops, I've got an extra sheet here. We are going to make this one a portrait style. So this one was landscape, horizontal. This one will be portrait or vertical. All right, so on this, don't you love this pattern? I love it. It's like Summer Wildflowers is gorgeous. So this is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so super simple cards today. Cardstock, 1 stamp set, 1 pack of Designer Series paper here, and then your flower resin shapes. All right. Gorgeous. Love how bright that is. Okay, so we're still going to use some Starry Sky, kind of neutralize it, tone it down just a little bit, and then we'll stamp here on our basic white. So our Starry Sky is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then this one is 3 by 4 1/4. All right, so these are going to layer together. And you know, I think I might pop these up. So I'm going to hang on to this and not glue that down yet. So right here on our basic white, we're going to stamp our stained glass. Again, we're using the Starry Sky. I love this. It's dark like Night of Navy, but yeah, it has just a little hint of purple to it. All right, this time I'm actually going to stamp it towards the top. All right, I'm leaving about a 1/2 inch from the top, and that leaves me room down here at the bottom for my sentiment. So we'll use the other one here, wishing you better days, because of course we all have friends that need a get well card. We are still living amidst this pandemic. People are still getting sick. Just crazy stuff happening, and so everybody needs a wishing you some better days. I think that's just a great sentiment. No matter what your situation, we're wishing you some better days. All right, and so I stamped that over towards the right, and that's it. That's gorgeous right like that. All right, so we're going to pull in those same colors, our crushed curry for our sunshine. So while this I'm calling with our blues, purples, and greens here, sunrise, we're going to pull in some coral on this one. So let's call this one sunset. Okay, so we'll have sunrise and sunset. We did crushed curry. All right, then we're going to pull in that fresh freesia again. For some reason, I like it here on this spot. So again, you can make sure you've got the right one. Just line it up there. Okay. And then this time we're going to use the Calypso Coral. We're going to pull in that pop of color here from our cards, our designer series paper. So instead of the orchid, we're going with the Calypso Coral. Oops. All right, so that's a great thing about photopolymer. If you see that you've missed a spot, you can re-ink. Woohoo! All right, it will dry just a little bit lighter. And then, of course, we have the bright grassy green field at the bottom of the valley here. So this is our parakeet party. Voila! Gorgeous. All right, so sweet and simple there. Okay, so that's dry already. Now we're gonna adhere this to our starry sky layer. And then I think we should just use dimensionals. All right, dimensionals are fabulous. We'll just pop this up a little bit. And we'll place a 5th one in the center for good measure. Okay, oops, here we go. Okay, so this will go right in the middle. So we got that nice 1/2-inch border all the way around so you can see the beautiful field of wildflowers popping out from behind. And then our Fun Flowers resin shape, since we've got Calypso Coral, we'll use one of the large Calypso flowers. Just a little accent, again, keeping it very clean and simple and beautiful. What do you guys think? I love it. So there's a couple ideas for this Better Days stamp set. Again, this one is in your annual catalog. Okay, so this one is, I had it marked earlier and I told you. Here we go. Page 84. Okay, Better Days. It's just a $17 stamp set. Really sweet and simple, straightforward stamping. No die cutting or anything. Just really clean and simple. The 6x6 pack of the Butterfly Kisses Designer Series paper. You get 48 sheets, so this will work. You'll get lots and lots of cards out of this paper pack. And if you've checked out some of my previous videos, or if you want to go back and look, all right, this paper pack is also, I've been using it with the Sunny Splash. Love those little vintage bathing suits. All right, so it's great for that set. We've also paired it with Good Feelings. Those nice bold sentiments look really nice against this Butterfly Kisses designer paper. And then even this By My Side stamp set, super cute. We have the little bird, the butterfly, the little dog. Really, really cute. And this is also, these are 3 cling sets, but this one is photopolymer, which is nice for lining everything up. So those are additional stamp sets I could recommend with that paper pack, or if you already have a couple of these stamp sets, then that paper pack is a good investment. And all of our colors were pulled from this pack. So our new in colors were the parakeet, the starry sky, and we had our orchid oasis, and then we pulled in the fresh freesia, the crushed curry, and then a little bit of Calypso Coral. All right, so those were the additional colors there, and then you just need your Fun Flowers resin shapes for a little quick accent there, and you're good to go. Yeah. So again, it's still in the throes of celebration. It ends this month, during the month of August. We are a full month into the promotion, so a couple things are no longer available, including the note cards and the tree lot dies. Stampin' Up, I listened to a conference. Hippo dies, they're expecting to be the next thing to go. So if the hippos bundle here is on your list, then make sure you don't wait too long, okay, for those hippo dies. And then they've added a few additional items here to kind of sweeten the deal. So if you have everything, or if maybe the current selection in the little brochure didn't do it for you, there's some additional items. I highly recommend the aspen tree dies to go along with the stamp set, the perched in a tree stamp set here from page 46 in the mini catalog. All right, love those. And I will be seeing you exactly next Tuesday, which is the last day to sign up for your August paper pumpkin kit. It's the Sweet Sunflowers, gorgeous sunflower theme. All right, it's going to come with 2 ink spots. Stampin' Up! Has a little sneak peek video out there of how they, we have the die cut sunflowers, and then we're going to stamp them to make the centers and the fun petals there. But highly recommend subscribing or purchasing a prepaid so that you can get August paper pumpkin kit. Sweet Sunflowers, love that. Okay, so that is where we have it. Again, new host code for August, and that's 3BNZHS7P. I am currently, thanks to a few orders that came in already this morning, I am $2,500 away from earning the next Stampin' Up! Incentive trip to the Norwegian fjords. So if you'd like to place an order with my code here and help me towards that goal, I greatly appreciate it. I thank you all for viewing. Make sure you give me those thumbs up, share with your friends and family. Also, share to Pinterest. All right, that's another place you can share. You can share to Facebook, all of that good stuff. And I really appreciate it. Yeah, this was Jessica Brigden of Just Be Creative Cardiology, and thank you so much for stamping with me today. All right, have a great afternoon, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.